Hey everyone, welcome to Top of the Round Paradigm. My name's Kenan, I'm the GM for this campaign. With me we have...
Hi, I'm Nikki and I play Clover.
Hi, I'm Jorash and I play Varian.
Hello, lovely tots. Thank you so much for the reviews that you left us this week. Thank you to Raymond and Mama Mac for the episode reviews on Podchaser. That's it this week. I'm looking at you. I don't know who you are. I don't know what you're doing. But what you should do is go to a podcast app like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or search podchaser.com. Leave us a review. Let us shout your name in the next episode, or leave us an episode review. We greatly appreciate it, and it helps people know what they're getting into when they click on the show. And if it's a 5-star, the more reviews that we have, the better. So bring us more people by leaving us reviews with the cool little time that you have. Good deal.
Again, if we didn't shout you out, this is us shouting you out right now, but shamefully. So go those apps, do the thing. Let us shout you out in a nice way.
Shout out to our executive producers, Ray and Jermaine. Thank you guys.
Have you ever wanted to talk to us, or other fans, other tots like you? Why not join our Discord? It is safe if you are not caught up with either C1 or C2. We keep spoilers to spoiler channels. There's fun things like guess the song number that happens the day before the episode, which is absolute chaos, and a question of the day. Please come and talk to us, because we would like to get to know you.
Have you ever felt the grueling sting of waiting for next week's episode? If you haven't yet, we have a Patreon at patreon.com/topoftheround, where you can find a lot of bonus goodies for your ear holes to fill the void of the weekly release. Again, that's patreon.com/topoftheround, where you can listen to great little things like Tower Talks and hear us talk about episodes in Campaign 1, which we are almost done with, if you want a quicker way to somewhat catch up on the first campaign of the Top of the Round saga. Or go in deep with Kenan's brain in our little Kenan Makes Good Worlds and Shit segment, where you can ask the burning questions you have about how he runs the table and creates the world around us. That is Ishnar.
Just a warning, once you go in deep, there's no going back.
That's what she said. Patreon.com/topoftheround.
Hello everyone, it's Kadaj. Although most of you probably know me as Grief. I heard a good place to go grocery shopping. It's toterpodcast.com, and then click on the merch. You can buy and fill your cart with all sorts of food. I mean gifts. I hear their blanket is especially delicious. I mean warm. So go there and fill your pantry or your closet. Just basically just a pantry for your clothes. So go there. toterpodcast.com. Merch. It's really easy. I want to go eat. Bye.
Hey guys, if you've ever wanted to send us stuff in real life, like the amazing heroes from Campaign 1 who were delivery workers for the Ishnar Postal Service, you can put whatever you want, well, not whatever you want, anything that's legal to ship in a box, and send it to P.O. Box 603, Circle Pines, Minnesota, zip code 55014. Just address it to White Raven Studios, and eventually it will reach us, and we'll have it physically, and it'll be amazing, and we'll talk about it. Do the things, let's talk about it.
If you would like to check the trigger warnings for this episode before you dive in, please check the show notes.
Let's head over to Justin to figure out what happened last time.
Thanks, Ken. This is Justin, your resident card and news person. Here to bring you just news this time. Sorry. Our heroes, I don't know what we should call them, the two people I'm following for news for some reason, they camped up there, but then apparently they were spotted down here by this checkpoint. So I'm going to talk to one of these guards that was posted there to see what they saw. Excuse me.
You're excused.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I'll see you later. Wait, no, I have to get the news from you. I heard that there was 2 people out here today that didn't try and go through the checkpoint. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, a couple of people showed up. I'm assuming they didn't have papers because they didn't try and pass, but just sat there all day. I think the older one was trying to teach the child how to read. I think I recognized one of those books. My niece is also trying to learn, but my niece is like 4, so I don't know. It might have been something else. She seemed older than 4.
So they just sat there all day and practiced reading?
Yeah. They also didn't eat anything. They were very focused on whatever learning was taking place. If that book was what I thought it was.
Does that happen often? Do people that don't have papers try and come to the checkpoint and just sit in front until maybe you take pity on them and let them go through anyway?
No. We do get a few that'll come and realize they've either forgotten their papers or say they've forgotten their papers, and we'll have to force them to turn around. But never anyone just sitting out there all day till sunsets.
Do you think this tactic will eventually wear you down?
No.
I see. And then where did they go after they, I don't know, sat there non-menacingly?
They went off the road in that direction.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Good luck with your niece's reading.
Thanks.
If she can never learn to read, you should try and get her a greeting card to congratulate her. I sell them. I can get you a card that says, "Congrats, you can read now."
Okay.
Okay. Well, there you have it from that card. I have one potential future customer. And apparently Clover still can't read. They went back to camp up here. It seems like there was a fire going, and there's a figure walking towards me away from the camp, but it's not either of them. I'll see if they can tell me what they're doing over at the campfire. Excuse me, sir. I kind of recognize you as one of the apostles. Could you introduce yourself?
It's Grief.
Is that your given name?
It is. I mean, all names are given.
I mean, that your parents gave you.
No, that'd be Kadaj.
Okay, it would have been a really weird coincidence if your parents named you Grief and then years later you became the Apostle of Grief. That would have been crazy, right?
At that point, it probably would have been more than coincidence.
Right. Anyway, so what were you doing at the campfire with those two? Were they trying to teach you to read too?
No, I know how to read.
Oh, that's good. That probably saves a lot of time.
I was waiting for someone, and they showed up. Tried to have dinner with them, but the child is very rude.
She's illiterate, actually.
Well, she's rude as well.
So there you have it, folks. Clover is rude and illiterate. I'm sorry that I'm assuming you didn't find the person you were waiting for.
No, I think I missed him.
Well, that's too bad. I'm sure you'll run into them again someday. You just gotta keep the hope up.
Doubtful, but it's a nice way to look at it.
Hey, do you want to buy a greeting card?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. There you have it. That's the news. They, learned to read, and then Clover was rude at a campfire. Back to you, Kenan.
Thanks, Justin. Story continues now. We left off with you guys sharing a lovely meal with Grief.
Was it lovely?
He left to give you guys some privacy as Clover was being rude.
Clover was afraid.
Not was, still is.
Yeah.
She's a very rude child. She never was.
Wow.
anything.
What are you guys doing?
Varian is looking at the area where the two trees were. Does it look like they were chopped down to make this fire?
Nope.
They're just gone? Is there remains of the trees?
There is disturbed earth where the roots had grown into the ground.
Like they were ripped out of the ground?
Mm-hmm.
I see.
What are you looking at?
Oh, I was looking at where the trees were.
Do I notice now that they're gone?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think he ripped them out.
What was wrong with them?
Varian will look in the direction that Grief walked to see if Grief is even still there, or is he already skedaddled?
He's still there. His figure's smaller as he is further away, but he's still there.
I think he didn't like how they got there. Varian will say quietly to Clover.
Clover's eyes widened and she looked slowly in the direction Grief went. and then looks back at Varian.
So I guess no cover for the horse tonight.
Just keep her near the fire and I'll make do. Oh, wait. That way.
Okay. How do you have 100 gold?
I have more than that.
You have more than that.
Didn't you hear me say I stole it?
You never told me how much.
Why do you need to know how much gold I have, Varian?
I don't, but it would have been nice to know that we could have bought papers.
Well, neither of us knew they existed.
Well, yeah, that's why I said it would have been nice to know.
Well, it would have been nice to know. We could have gotten them, but I don't know.
I don't know, because you'd have to give them your name.
I don't want to do that.
Unless you could lie about being Juliet and play it off, but he didn't seem to
really
believe you.
Going well for me.
No,
Do you think he knows who I am?
I don't know. I think he knows what they told him about us, which is the reading stuff, and that we were here last night.
Do you think we're safe?
I don't know. Is anyone safe here?
No.
So we'll make do. I have to get a battery from him anyway tomorrow.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go try and sleep, and I guess we'll go from there.
Okay, and I'll keep watch. Aaron will look down at the remains of his rabbit, then look out to see if Grief is still there anywhere.
He is.
Aaron will hold on to his food until Grief is gone, and he's gonna throw it into the fire because he doesn't want it. But he doesn't want to appear rude.
Clover makes herself a little camp about 30 feet away as she does, and slips into the covers.
Was her hunk of leg?
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
This is my midnight snack.
I guess she sets the leg beside her because she doesn't know what else to do with it. And then she's going to blink at it and settle down while fighting her hair because it's everywhere and it's long. And then she is just going to think about making the air around her warmer because she doesn't trust making fire right now.
Okay, it gets slightly warmer.
And she's going to try and sleep.
All right.
And Varian will stay by the fire and stoke the flames, and once Grief is out of sight, he'll throw the rabbit meat into the fire as fuel for the fire.
It adds a freshly cooked meat smell to the lingering scent that was in the air. And you just chill for the night?
Yep.
Clover.
Roll for dreams.
Yeah.
Roll a fortitude save.
24.
Okay. The night passes, and Clover, you wake up.
Okay. Where I was?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What time of day is it? Is it night?
Early morning.
I look back towards the fire where Varian and Ozva were.
Varian is gone. Ozva is on their side with their back facing you.
Great. Okay. Clover is going to hop up. No, and start running towards the horse.
Right. As you get closer, roll a perception check.
Sure. Let me do that. 28.
You see 3 little slimy blue-skinned creatures with spiky webbed ears and fanged teeth ripping through the stomach of your horse.
And Varian is nowhere.
Varian is nowhere.
I would have liked to know where I went.
That information comes later.
Okay. Do I feel like I'm dreaming?
Feels like you're awake.
I hate you so much. Okay. This is really bad, but Clover is going to attack them.
Okay. How are you attacking them? What are you doing?
I'm going to focus on my magic. So she is going to pull both of her gloves off, throw them on the ground, and start doing the incantation for Fireball.
Which is?
Carbonize and burn to ash and charcoal. Conflagrate thy enemies. Ignite Fireball. happy?
I am. Thank you.
You're welcome. 27.
27. Which one are you aiming at?
Whichever one is closest.
Right, 27 hits.
8 fire damage.
Okay. You see the slime on their skin dry and their skin blisters and cracks a little bit.
She is upset.
Okay.
Okay. So, even more upsetty Spaghetti, she's going to start moving her hands even faster in a circular, more intense pattern and say, carbonize and super burn to ash and charcoal. Really conflagrate thy enemies. Ignite mega fireball.
Perfection.
Thanks. I need a reflex save. Horse is already dead, so,
4.
You failed so fucking hard.
Yeah.
Do I even need to roll damage?
What's the minimum amount of damage you can do?
6.
Then yes.
8, actually.
Yes.
25.
Okay.
2 all in a 20-foot burst.
All right. The 3 creatures that were taunting your horse engulf in flame and quickly turn to ash and bone. Good job.
Thanks. So now the horse is on fire.
Mhm.
Clover is going to crawl over to Asva as close as she can without feeling uncomfortably burned and starts crying.
Roll a perception check.
I crit failed.
Fits perfectly thematically.
Great.
Awesome. Cool. Good job. Thank you. Thanks, Dice.
Fuck you, Dice.
As you are crying over Asva, you feel a hand grip your hair and hoist you up. And as you lift off the ground, you see a very muscular, dark blue tinted humanoid with no mouth. It looks like they have gills on the side of their neck. And you see blood start to pool around the horse, and the fire is extinguished. And suddenly you are about waist deep in blood, and this figure is holding you by the hair.
Now do I feel like I'm dreaming?
Yes.
Fuck you, man. Fuck you so much. Okay. It has no mouth?
Nope.
Okay, well, Clover in the dream is fighting it and clawing at it and is going to try casting fire at it.
Okay.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Roll to hit.
In the dream.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I'll fireball it. 28.
All right. The fireball splashes across this figure, and as it does, the blood reaches up over your head, and then you feel like you're submerged, and then suddenly you are standing in a very familiar office with a elderly gentleman holding you by your hair, and you jolt awake.
Cool. Okay. So Clover is... What time of day is it now?
Early morning.
Okay. Clover is out of breath. And immediately starts getting up with her bedroll tangled around her feet, and she is rushing towards where Asva and Varian were.
Roll a reflex check.
Sure. 34.
Alright, you're able to maintain upright position even though you are fighting being tangled in your bedroll. You see Asva just chilling over by Varian.
Clover comes out of nowhere and hugs the horse.
Varian stares at you with a quirked brow. What the hell's wrong with you?
Oh, you're okay. Varian, Where?
Yes.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
Did you get rest?
Mm-hmm. Nothing weird happened while I was asleep, right?
Ken, did anything weird happen while she was asleep? Or was it a very uneventful night?
She tossed and turned a lot, and as of right now, looks like she's drenched in sweat, but she didn't explode or anything.
There was no other apostles massacring someone in the plains?
Nope, it was a
Okay.
very boring night for you.
Okay. No, nothing happened last night. Nothing at all. Other than you seemed kind of restless in your sleep, but I thought that's because you were anxious about our new friend.
So, Asva has... Okay,
Esva has okay, yes.
I'm okay. You're okay. You're
Uh-huh.
okay. Here's some
Yeah.
carrots. She gives Asva carrots.
I don't want carrots. What are you doing?
I'm okay. Asva's okay. You're okay. Here's some carrots. Right. Asva happily eats your offering of carrots.
Okay. And Clover makes herself a handful of strawberries as she goes back to her bedroll to clean up because she has left everything in a tussle,
Including your delicious night meat.
including my delicious night meat. Yes.
Waste of meat.
Waste a bone.
Alright, so you tidy up.
Mm-hmm. And then she's gonna grab all the stuff, grab the meat leg, toss it into whatever embers of the fire are left over, and then sit down looking troubled. Good morning.
Right. Yeah. Are you okay?
Yeah, you?
Yeah. I'm not the one covered in sweat.
I had a really bad dream, so that's all.
Well, what time would you like to go back over to the blockade?
Aren't we supposed to wait for him?
Oh, right. He's coming here.
Yeah, that's what he said yesterday.
Okay, well, I guess we can go back to reading lessons once you've properly eaten.
Really?
What else are we gonna do?
I have no idea.
So we'll reading lesson to
Okay.
our new lanky Palo. Palo friendo buddyo.
Clover seems a little unfocused at first, but then seems to be getting into it.
Roll performance check, Varian.
25.
Not your best lesson.
Having a rough day.
Alright, you guys are in class for about 45 minutes when your grief disappears.
Oh. Clover blinks up at Varian.
I guess we should get ready to move.
Yeah. Is this right?
Varen just shrugs and gets up.
Okay. Clover is going to run some fingers through her hair and get all her stuff together and then mount Asva and then lean forward and hug her again.
She hugs you back. No.
Yeah, I'm sure. Nay.
Varian will get up, grab his stuff, get on his bike, turn it on. It's his little half insignia.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, get ready to move whenever grief pops up.
Alright, as you guys are getting ready to go, roll perception checks.
23.
30.
You both see Grief walking towards you from the direction of the barricade. Varian, you notice that he has some sort of meat in his hand and he's eating.
Okay. I think we should go meet him so he doesn't have to walk all this way.
Meat. Clover looks slightly disgusted and just prompts her horse in that direction.
Varian will ride in that direction, so we'll meet him halfway so he doesn't have to walk all the way out to where we are.
Good morning.
Morning.
Hello.
How was your night?
Boring.
It was there.
Well, hopefully you'll be able to rest a little bit better at the blockade.
Clover shoots Varian a look because she doesn't intend to sleep there.
They would let us stay there overnight?
No, I meant today.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
He pauses. What are you two hiding?
What do you mean?
You just are being very jumpy.
I had a really bad dream, and I am still kind of recovering from that. It's not a lie.
It's not.
I'm not jumpy. I don't know what you mean. Varian genuinely is like, I don't care. I was just confused because I thought you were saying we could sleep there.
Let's get you a proper meal then. And you'll start walking.
Clover, wide-eyed, follows on the horse.
Are you guys keeping pace with him?
Yeah.
He turns and starts walking back.
All right, we accompany him.
Clover's wondering if this is their best move, but it's their current move, so...
Hey, I already pre-bought a battery. I need to get it.
I pre-ordered a battery.
Yeah.
Alright, so are you guys going to be quiet, or he's just going to be munching on mysterious meat?
Clover's quiet.
Varian's staring at the insignia on his bike as we go, wondering, like, does it just go half and then nothing? Or does it slowly go down over time like a battery indicator?
Suddenly, it's dead.
I need an EV charging station.
So where are you two from? I know you're from the ethereal plane, but you staying anywhere while you're here?
No, I've been traveling the whole time.
Is he looking at her?
He does for a good 5 seconds. I don't know if he'll say anything or not.
I'm from the material plane.
He starts looking forward again.
I'm annoying him.
You're very rude, child.
I'm not rude.
Yes, you are.
I gathered that from how you said you were last night.
Oh, where are you from? You said you were born here, right?
He looks back over at you. Do you make it common practice to ignore someone's question and then ask your own?
I'm from Grace.
Yes, she does.
I don't mean to. Ah, fucking hell. Alright. You killed him. Good job.
That was good. If I could give you advantage, I would.
You could.
I'll give you a hero point for that.
Well, I gotta use it by the end of this episode.
That was fantastic. I was born in Mori.
Oh, where's that?
Doesn't exist anymore.
Well, where was it?
Roughly 4 hours west of Ethos.
Why doesn't it exist?
It was destroyed?
By the Fae?
Yes.
I'm so sorry about that.
Are you?
Yeah.
I've never heard of Mori before.
Why wouldn't I be sorry about that? We were in Ethos yesterday after an attack, and it was terrible.
It just seemed a little ingenuine given your current vibe.
I'm not intending to vibe a certain way.
She's just a kid.
A rude one.
I'm sorry if you felt like I was rude.
Did Mori ever have another name?
No.
How long ago did it get destroyed by the Fae?
About 500 years.
So, was Mori destroyed at the same time as Kraken's Breach?
No. Soon after, though.
So you remember Kraken's Breach?
I do.
Not a lot of people do. I guess most people don't live that long. Do you know Zakar?
Who?
I guess that was too much to hope you'd know the answer to that. Okay. Just someone from Kraken's Breach.
What'd they look like?
Varian looks at them. Somewhat similar to me, Eladrin.
He stops walking and stares at you like he's picturing you as like a statue or something.
Clover slows her horse, looking confused.
You do look vaguely familiar. High Priestess Illurin was working on a statue.
High Priestess Illurin.
Doesn't matter now, it's gone.
What about this High Priestess?
What about her?
Is she still around?
No, she died when... At least I'm assuming she died when Kraken's breach got obliterated. Haven't seen her since.
I take it there were no other survivors that you know of?
Anyone who called that home would be gone, unless if they were traveling at the time.
Okay. Gained and lost the lead in a second.
Clover is pressing her lips together in an attempt not to be rude.
It's rude to purse your lips like that, child. Why are you making that face? It's rude.
What, biting your lips?
She's biting her lips, yes.
Okay.
Sorry I couldn't keep the lead alive.
Well, I don't think it was your fault, so...
He'll start walking again.
Continue to pace him.
I also follow silent.
But deadly.
No. Well, kinda.
Alright, so you guys follow. Eventually reach back to the road and start making your way towards the blockade.
Yep, if that's where he's going.
Clover continually side-eyes Varian, more so as you get closer because she is nervous about this whole ordeal without her brother present.
Varian's fine.
Yep.
Not even thinking about it.
Alright, you guys get to the blockade, and Grief waves off the guards whose duty it was to check papers.
Are they eyeing us suspiciously?
They're looking at you.
Okay.
And he goes to one of the side towers and opens the door, gestures for you guys to follow.
Where should we leave our... Varian will point to his bike and the horse.
Oh, right. Tie the horse up over there.
And he'll point to the other tower.
How far away is the other tower?
50 feet.
Okay. Clover exhales a sigh, eyes Varian, hops off the horse, and starts leading Asva in the other direction.
You can leave your bike by the door.
Varian will pull his bike up to the door and park it.
Okay.
Do you also have the battery in here?
This is the kitchen. I'll have to go to my bunk.
Oh, okay. You don't sleep in the kitchen? That's weird.
He gestures for you to sit at one of the tables.
And Varian will move inside and sit down at the table.
Alright. He does not wait for Clover to tie her horse off and walks over to the other tower and goes inside.
He passes me.
Mm-hmm.
Clover's just blinking.
Alright, Clover, you tie your horse up.
Does anybody try to talk to me?
Nope.
Okay. Is it cold?
It is.
Okay, then she's going to hug herself and move back to the other tower.
Okay.
I get there.
Yeah.
Okay. I go inside.
You see Varian sitting at a table.
What else is in there?
There is a large cauldron over a pit. Looks like there's a bunch of firewood in the pit. There's other tables full of ingredients and knives. It's like chop up said ingredients. Don't stare at me like that. It looks like a very well-stocked kitchen.
Okay. Clover looks around and then moves and sits next to Varian and says nothing.
Should we continue reading practice till he returns?
There's nobody else in here, right?
Nope.
We could, as long as no one else comes in here, although I think they already know.
Well, it's not like we were hiding it yesterday. We were in plain view of everyone here.
Yeah. Do you think my brother's okay?
Well, if time moves like how Grief says it does, and it takes him a day or two to do that, then, yeah, it might take a week for him to get here.
Okay, so let's make some progress then.
I mean, like I told you, when I left, I was only gone for maybe 20, 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm. She pulls out her reading books and puts them on the table.
All right, back to the B's, not the S's. Just to make sure he retains something. So we lesson for a few minutes.
All right, you listen for about 5 to 10 minutes when the door swings open and Grief walks in.
Got that hooked on phonics going.
He sets a small little blue glass bead that's encased in a cylindrical metal wiring. Here you go.
Oh, is that the battery?
Yeah.
How do I feed it to my bike?
What? Feed? No, you just replace the old one.
How do I do that?
Follow me.
Vern will get up and grab the battery.
Culver stays seated.
He walks over towards your bike, pushes in on the insignia, and a little metal cylindrical tube pops out.
Oh, I didn't even know that was there.
He lifts the tube out, and it looks very similar to the one he just gave you, but the blue glass bead is half full, and he'll toss it at you.
Vern will catch it and I guess walk up to the bike and place the new one where the old one was.
That one's not quite empty, so maybe save it for emergencies, or you could sell it.
Okay, I'll hang on to it. And Vern will put it in his bag.
He shows you how to replace it, and he pushes the insignia back in until you hear a click.
Okay, good to know. Thank you.
You're welcome. Before we go back in, your face. How long have you been traveling with Juliet?
Better part of a week.
What's her deal?
She's a child.
That's fair. I do scare quite a few children.
Do you think they don't like the scars? But she has scars, so...
Yeah, I thought maybe that was it, but she has some, so... Thought maybe she'd be understanding.
Maybe it's the eating bones thing. I don't eat at all and I don't scare her.
Maybe eating too much is scary.
I love how it's more like, why doesn't she like me?
Can't help that I'm hungry all the time.
I know, and I can't help that I'm not.
Oh my god, are they bro buddies?
Do you know what her favorite kind of tea is? Maybe that would help.
No, she's never got tea in front of me, so I don't know what kind she likes.
Okay. Well, there goes that idea.
I could go ask her.
There's no point. It's coming from you. And he'll just turn and walk back inside.
Vern will follow him back in.
All right, little lady, I promised you potatoes and tea. And you see him walk over to the large cauldron and hit one of the insignias on it, and it starts filling with water.
She looks more curious than disturbed right now.
You hear a rattling coming from underground, and as the cauldron fills to the top, the rattling stops.
Do I know what that is?
No.
Is the ground moving?
Maybe there's something digging underneath.
It's just the pipe, guys.
Pipe.
Holds the water.
Pipe that holds water.
Does Grace have pipes? Some piping, probably.
Some piping. It's very new.
Oh, that's like really new to Grace.
Pipes.
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 We don't have to keep saying it.
And they hold water.
They make water go places, I think.
The pipes make water go places. How?
I don't know.
Roll perception checks.
30.
36.
All right, you see the skin on his arms rip apart at the scars, and different tendrils flick out and wrap around different ingredients. Start pulling them towards him.
Does that hurt when you do that?
Yes.
Then why do it?
Saves time.
Don't know if that's a good trade.
You get used to it after a while.
And he dumps a very large bag of potatoes into the cauldron.
God.
You better eat all of these.
Oh, God.
And then two of the tendrils start to chop up green onions, and there's another one by a mortar and pestle grinding up spices.
Do you want help so you don't have to hurt?
I'm fine.
Oh.
Oh.
What kind of tea would you like?
What kind do you have?
We have most of the teas.
Do you have Drake leaf?
I believe we might have some left, yeah.
Then Drake leaf.
See a tendril go over to one of the cabinets and wrap around the handle and open it and start rummaging through the different canisters.
Clover just looks fascinated. Okay, maybe he's not super terrifying.
He's gonna feed me. Okay, he's nice.
He fed you last night.
But now it's not in a gross way.
Less intimidating ran into him in the woods.
There were no woods.
There were woods nearby. No, there.
No, you made them.
You took away the trees. Never mind. I got it.
2 trees do not constitute woods.
They wood.
I met him in the wood.
I'm in the wood. Okay.
Looks like I do.
Oh, I would love some.
You see the tendril wrap around one of the cans in the back and pull it towards him.
Do you have honey too? For the tea, not the potatoes.
Unneeded clarification, but yes.
Clover puts away her reading books to not be rude.
All right. You see him chopping up a flank of meat and adding it to the cauldron.
Is he Sanji?
He lights up a cigarette.
One of the tendrils has a large wooden spoon and is stirring.
Have you ever seen anyone cook like that?
I've never really watched anyone cook before.
Oh, that's right.
Is it different?
Yeah.
What part's different?
He has a lot of help with his shadows. It just is kind of fascinating.
But is it different? Or is he just using shadows?
He's just being efficient.
And that's different.
So other people do that, but just one thing at a time?
Mm-hmm.
So he's not cooking different.
No, not technically.
A tendril makes its way over towards you, Clover, with a brass mug and a teapot.
Does it smell like Drake leaf?
It does.
Is there honey?
There is.
How is the honey contained?
It's in the cup.
Oh. And there's a spoon?
Hmm?
Clover looks hesitant, but then looks a little giddy and pours herself a cup of tea.
Where you grab the teapot by the handle, it is much colder than it should be. The water's nice and hot.
Okay. She pours herself a cup of tea and starts mixing it.
I know you don't eat very much, but do you want to try it? It's really good.
If I have to.
Here, take a sip.
Varian will take a sip of the tea. Yep. That's liquid.
so good.
Clover holds the mug up to her chest with both hands and is blissfully sipping it.
See, there's nothing better than sharing a meal with friends.
I don't even know how to, like...
I thank you. I really appreciate you giving me tea. It's been a while.
Why has it been a while since you've had tea? It's not hard to come by.
I was alone for a while and lost in the woods, so...
Oh, you got lost?
Yeah, I was lost for a while.
I'm sorry.
Thanks. Do you like tea?
It's okay.
This is the best tea if you haven't tried it.
Well, if you are finished and there's some left, I'll give it a try.
I'll save you some,
But it's for you.
but we can share, right?
I was under the impression you didn't like sharing.
And I think you have the wrong idea about me, maybe?
You seemed very against it last night.
I was afraid
Of food.
of you.
Of me sharing food.
No, it wasn't the food.
Of me talking.
Was it the bones? Was it him eating the bones?
That was a lot.
See, I was right. It was the bones.
It's because I eat too much. I didn't realize that was scary. I'm sorry.
It's not because you eat too much, it's because you ate the entire rabbit. And then you seemed really upset when I didn't want to eat entire rabbits.
I'm hungry. I'm sorry.
It's okay to be hungry. You don't have to apologize for that. I don't care.
Apparently it's scary.
No, that's not it. I'm trying to explain it to you.
I guess I did come off a little grumpy.
A little.
I get grumpy when I'm hungry.
He's angry.
You won't like me when I'm angry.
He's an angry boy.
Hungry little salad fingers.
I will try some of your tea then.
Okay, you should bring a mug over here and get some. It's better with honey.
You see one of the tendrils take over, cutting the meat, and he moves over to a cabinet and grabs a cup and walks over towards you.
Clover grabs the tea kettle to pour him tea.
He pushes his cup over towards you.
I pour the tea for him.
You hear a plop as the tendril is adding more meat to the cauldron in the back.
Then she puts the kettle down and grabs her mug again and goes back to sipping it blissfully.
Right, he'll lift it to his mouth and take a sip and then eat the cup.
So, did you like it?
It does have much substance.
Is that why you ate the cup?
Sorry, was I not supposed to?
You're just supposed to sip the liquid. But that's okay if you didn't know that.
Are all cups like the bones of drinks?
Did I scare you?
No, I'm not scared anymore.
Good. No.
The lights turn off.
He walks over to what looks to be a metal rectangle. Clover, you would have seen one of these in Perth's office, and he hits the lit up insignia on the front and it swings open, and he grabs a glass jug of cream and pours it into the cauldron.
It's a refrigerator.
It is a refrigerator. And then you see some tendrils go over and pick up some wooden bowls and start plating the table.
It's really kind of impressive. Don't you think so, Varian?
The control of the shadows or the eating the cup.
Well, I mean, everything, really, if you think about it.
Yeah, I suppose so. I've never cooked or eaten a cup.
Me neither. Cook to cup, that is.
The tendrils sink back into his arms and the scars close back over. He ladles out some potato soup into each bowl and sets it in front of both of you.
Oh, more eating.
Thank you. It smells really good.
Thanks. I had access to more ingredients.
Do you enjoy cooking?
It passes the time.
What do you do with the rest of your time?
Look for answers.
Answers to what?
Something that happened a while ago.
What happened?
I don't quite feel comfortable telling you.
Is it with your home?
Yeah.
Ah. Understandable.
Clover starts eating the soup.
Varian will try it.
He puts the whole thing in his mouth.
Bowl and all.
Yep.
Crunch.
It's bone-in soup.
And makes his way towards the cauldron.
Eats the cauldron.
I keep having to replace dishes when he's around.
Do the bowls add sustenance to the food?
No, I don't eat the bowl. I just eat the soup inside of it.
Are you supposed to eat the bowl?
No.
What's the purpose then?
To eat, Varian?
The bowl.
To hold the soup?
But then why would you eat it?
I don't eat it. He decided to. That's his
But are you
decision.
supposed to? Is that something that's normal?
No.
Oh. I think I shall not eat the bowl.
Don't eat the bowl, Varian. It's not going to feel very good on your stomach.
Varian will try the soup.
Let's see how he did. I missed my large ass dice tray. And Jesus Christ.
Twice in a row.
Is it bad?
Yeah.
It's really bad soup. Clover is still eating it, thankfully.
I got it too.
Oh my god.
I guess I have
so-
no frame of reference.
The cream is curdled, the potatoes are overcooked, and the meat is slightly undercooked, and it is way overspiced.
Clover is forcing herself to eat it.
Varian will eat it with no frame of reference for how good potato soup can be. It's just like, oh, this is what mortals have to deal with all the time. That sucks for them.
I was really hoping you'd roll well. Alright. You hear slurping sounds as he's using the large spoon to ladle soup into his mouth.
Clover tries not to pay attention to that and just continues force feeding herself the soup.
How do you like it?
It's really warm and cozy. Thank you so much.
Nice choice of words.
Thanks.
I've never had soup before, so I don't know. Best target audience you could have.
He sits back down.
So the only reason you're heading north is for whoever you're looking for?
Yep.
It's important.
But it's not important enough to go back to Gehenna and get papers.
Well, waiting for despair is also important.
Why?
Clover looks at Varian.
He's my brother.
I didn't realize any of us still had family. Lucky him.
You had family?
I used to.
Sorry.
It's okay. You didn't have anything to do with it.
No, I didn't.
Most humans don't live an incredibly long time.
Clover makes a face.
What's an incredibly long time?
Several hundred years.
No. Maybe I'll make it to 90, but that's like a really long time for a human in Ishtar.
Well, from what I know, that's barely anything for an elf.
Are there humans outside of Ishnar?
I don't know. Do you?
No, but the way you phrased that was implying that there were humans elsewhere.
No, I was just implying that Ishnar's kind of scary.
There is one. It's a fuckwit named Elijah Becker. He's in the shadow plane.
I'm 17, which means that I've lived like a quarter of my life already.
Close to it, yeah. If you live to old age.
It's a shame how fleeting life is. Or, I guess, was.
Before you got your gifts.
Yeah.
Had to have been a while ago then.
Couldn't tell you.
Lost track.
No. There is a large chunk of time where I wasn't on the material plane.
Which plane were you on? The shadow plane or the ethereal plane?
Not 100% sure. I think the ethereal. Just 'cause there weren't a whole lot of shadows. But then again, from what I was told in childhood, the ethereal plane was a paradise, and I definitely wasn't there.
It depends. If you're in the city, it is, but if you're away from everything, there's creatures, and it can be rather dangerous. And if you were dead, your soul shouldn't have been able to get out. Did you get out on your own?
No,
Who helped you?
not so much a who. It doesn't really have a name, but it pulled me through the seabed.
This creature that can pull things from the ethereal plane. Where is it now?
The closest one is in the prison.
There's more than one.
Why is it in prison?
It's not imprisoned, it's in the prison.
Can they speak?
If it can, it never did.
And they don't have a name.
Nothing that I could figure out.
What do they look like?
Stars amongst the void.
Don't know what to make of that description. They don't have form?
Think of space, but confined to hands. It's not really. I'm sure there's more to them, but that's what I saw.
Clover looks perplexed.
And they don't speak, but they can pull souls from the ethereal plane.
Is that how Porter got here again? Are all apostles dead?
Not all of them.
Or can you tell which ones are dead?
Can I tell you which ones are dead? Why does it matter?
I'm curious.
Well, I believe guilt, despair, hate, loneliness, apathy, myself, and pain.
Guilt is dead.
Loneliness is dead?
We both ask completely different questions.
I don't know who to answer first. Yes, I guess would answer both of you.
Even more reason to ask questions.
Clover droops onto the table.
Why are you sad?
Because it's sad.
We're not dead anymore.
I have to solve it.
Solve what?
Nothing.
She just is muttering to herself.
What does she need to solve?
I don't know.
Child. What is wrong?
So much.
She leans back up. and starts brushing the hair from her face.
How long has guilt been an apostle on the material plane?
I don't know. They were an apostle before I was.
Do you know how long you've been an apostle for?
100-ish years?
Over 100 years. Okay.
I need some air. She's gonna get up and head towards the door.
She's not alright.
No. No, she's not.
Does she need more soup?
God, no.
I ate it all, but I could make more.
I don't think it's related to the food.
Is it because I said despair was dead? No, she
No.
said loneliness. Why does she care?
Because that's another brother of hers.
Clover goes outside the building and leans against the wall and just inhales and exhales evenly.
She has 2 apostles for brothers.
Apparently. She only just found this out.
Shouldn't she be happy that they're back?
I don't know. Children are weird.
Bro.
I would think she would be happy they're still around.
He heads for the door.
Marion will get up and follow.
Clover,
Yeah.
you see Grief exit the door and then crouch in front of you.
So that he's more at my height.
Mm-hmm.
Clover stares at him.
I need you to answer this question.
Whoa. What did I do?
Nothing.
Okay.
Why aren't you happy that your brothers are back?
You don't understand. I am happy.
Could have fooled me.
It's more the fact that they're both dead.
They're not anymore.
No, but I left Nash. We were supposed to leave together, and now he died, and it's probably because of me. How do you know that? He told you. Of course he did.
I didn't think it was a secret, and you already said that Despair was your brother.
Yeah.
So there's not something wrong with us.
No.
He looks visibly relieved.
Did it? No, I'm happy they're alive and they have purpose and they can hang out with friends like you. Hopefully, yeah.
I've only run across loneliness once.
What did he say? Or say? I mean,
He didn't
never
say
mind
anything.
that.
He was very rude.
He can't say anything
Why?
or hear. But would that be changed if he's no longer dead?
Depends how he died.
I don't think in a very nice way.
He did have a rather large hole in his chest.
Like how?
Like how?
What kind of injury was it? Did it look like it was made by something, or was he burned, or?
It looks like a teardrop-shaped hole was carved out of his torso.
Carved.
I mean, the lines were pretty clean.
Oh, okay. I see. Anything else you want to tell me about that?
No.
Can you, though?
Are you gonna be okay?
Yeah.
Well, I don't really know what else to say. He's alive again, which is a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what other information are you looking for?
Is it a good thing? You seemed rather worried about being dead and alive again.
I was worried about the perception of those who haven't died yet.
I mean, technically, you should all be in the ethereal plane resting now. But that doesn't seem to be happening anymore.
Yeah, I told you the ethereal plane's closed.
Do you like being alive again?
For the most part. Gives me hope.
Hope.
that I can find what I lost.
Well, if you ever do decide to be dead again, I can take you back if you want.
So you just have free access.
As far as I can tell.
Could you check on someone for me?
Possibly, but I can't stay very long or get caught. They're sort of upset with me over there. I'm not supposed to be here.
Well, if you find time, if you could check if Ven is over there, that would be much appreciated.
Their name is Ven. Keep that in mind next time I can go there.
Thanks. Shouldn't be older than 7.
I see.
Sorry.
Is it okay? You didn't do anything.
I'm still sorry.
I'll do my best next time I'm there. Hopefully I can get in and out without getting in trouble.
I would greatly appreciate that. Thank you.
Don't thank me. I haven't done anything yet.
Well, you're welcome to stay inside out of the elements until despair shows up.
We won't disturb everyone.
No one really goes into the kitchen, so...
Does nobody else eat?
I mean, those guys don't, and he points up at the very large mechanical humanoids.
That makes sense.
Oh.
And the others usually just eat rations. Not many people like my cooking.
Tasted fine to me.
It warmed me up.
So are you stationed here too, at this blockade?
Yes and no. I've kind of made it my home.
Sorry, I'm just imagining. Like, hey guys, guess what? I'm moving in. They're like,
Yay. We don't go to the kitchen. That's where he hangs out.
Okay. I don't feel like I'm gonna pass out anymore, so maybe we should go back inside?
Get you some more tea.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, let's go back inside and rest, I guess. Practice your books.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, as you guys go back inside, roll perception checks.
29.
23?
You both notice as you sit down at the table and Grief is off getting Clover more tea that your agony disappears.
Varian will start looking around towards the door since they're already in the kitchen.
You hear multiple thuds and the creaking of metal.
Do I place that it's agony? Because that's a very specific emotion. Feeling. I would know that something is missing, but I don't know that I would know it was agony.
I mean, was she didn't she just have some agony thinking about her brothers being dead?
She did have some agony going on. But I don't know if she would place it, that, hey, oh God, agony is somewhere near, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Probably not. You know that the feelings you were just experiencing disappeared.
Okay.
I'm missing something.
Agony.
Oh. She looks at the door.
Grief. I think the agony is here.
Why?
I don't know, but I can feel the lack of agony.
He looks around.
It won't fit there. How opposed are you to breaking bones?
What?
Why?
So you can fit
Fit in
where?
what?
And why?
in the fridge.
Why?
Why?
To hide.
Why?
Agony.
Will they attack us?
They might. They're very volatile. I hear she doesn't like Eladrin.
What if I pretend to be asleep and we hide Varian?
Asleep in the kitchen.
On the floor?
Why would you be asleep in the kitchen?
Because I'm a traveler that you came across and I was very tired.
Okay, well, in worst case, if they try and attack me, I can just go.
Doubtful. I know it's a little gross, but what about the cauldron?
I meant the ethereal plane. I can just go.
Again, doubtful. But worth a shot, maybe?
Go now, Varian. Go. I'll figure it out.
Why?
Just leave. I don't know. What if it's bad?
I can't stay there very long, otherwise they get aware of my presence and they'll come looking for me.
Where? Just go and be safe.
But they saw me before,
Are you sure?
I think.
What if I hide under the table?
He looks down under the table that clearly see under it.
Where else is there to hide in this little space?
What if I just put my hood up and lean forward so she doesn't see I'm a ladron?
That is very risky. But if you want to bet your life on that, sure.
Where else is there to hide?
There are cabinets.
How big of cabinets?
Not very big. Clover might be able to fit in them if you empty them out.
You think I could fit in the cabinet?
You could try.
Okay, let me take
Wait,
off.
why does she have to hide?
I don't think you understand. You're not supposed to be here.
Is there any dark spots in the kitchen?
The corners, the light doesn't quite reach all the way to the corners.
Okay, come with me to the corner. Quick.
Me?
Yes.
Okay.
Varian will bring her to the corner and then think about the cloak enveloping the both of us
Okay.
and use it to cast invisibility.
Alright. As you do that, the door flies through the kitchen. Still attached to its hinges, but the hinges just are ripped out of the door frame.
the frame, okay.
See a humanoidal figure dragging two unconscious guards by the back of their necks. They seem like they could be wounded. They're wearing very form-fitting fabrics reinforced with metals, have a gauntlet that has tiny little metal spikes sticking out of it. On the shorter side, they don't seem to be carrying any weapon. They do have 10 bronze-ish shards that seem to be sticking out of their pauldrons, and their face is covered with a very bloody black piece of cloth.
What's the hair situation like?
They have pretty long white hair.
Can we see any skin or ears?
Just FYI, C1 people, I am staring daggers at Kenan right now.
For those, you need to roll perception checks.
Okay, yeah.
32.
Crit fail.
32.
Alright, so how Varian has his cloak wrapped around you, you can't really see anything. Varian, you see that the bits of hand you can see poking out of the armor and clothing are gray, and it looks like they have one pretty long pointy ear, and it looks like they're missing the other.
Okay, what happens when they get in there dragging these two guards?
We end the episode there.
Fuck you.
Thanks everyone so much for joining us. We hope you enjoyed listening as much as we enjoyed the agony of it all.
We have social media. Check us out at Top of the Round on Facebook and Instagram, and at ToterCast on Twitter. Also Blue Sky. We also have a website, toterpodcast.com, and a TikTok at ToterPodcast. Check us out in all these places. Give us a follow and a like, and tell Kenan what a bullshit bastard he is.
For why?
I think you know.
I don't think you know what you're thinking of.
Shout out to our Vessel and Witness tier patrons, Ray, Jermaine, and Grayson. Thank you so very much for all of your support.
Shout out to our apostles, Ray, the apostle of scorn,
Grayson, the Apostle of Joy.
Tay, the Apostle of Ecstasy.
Art MK, the apostle of compassion,
Alyssa, the Apostle of Rage.
Jem, the Apostle of Curiosity.
Bluebird, the apostle of awkwardness,
Namies, the Apostle of Bitterness.
Gabe, the Apostle of Anticipation.
and Kobe Beef, the apostle of bewilderment.
Hey, thanks so much. And if you want to join, do go to patreon.com/topoftheround so you too can have an emotion and be an apostle. And support us. Okay, bye.
Head over to Discord. The link is in the show notes below. Love you. Goodbye.
Bye guys.